Welcome back to another video, boys. Today is Saturday, October 25th, and yesterday we just got the sad and bad news that our dear friend in the info space, really great person, individual, and mentor, sadly passed away, Ben Bader. And I want this video to serve as some kind of tribute with my experience with him, although we weren't close friends or anything. Just how he helped me as a person, how he mentored me, the advice that he gave me, and how he contributed to the growth of my business, short-term and long-term. So I first heard about Ben Bader in December of 2024. After I published my book, I was watching all of his YouTube videos, and I love the way that he carried himself. He spoke about himself, about helping people, about his business, and just the way he was carrying himself and speaking, it just made sense. I'd invested into SMMA the past couple of years and a branded dropshipping clothing brand store. None of that worked previously, but I was like, you know what, I'm gonna take it upon myself to get back into the online info space, into the business space, and learn something and do something and try to make money. So after watching a bunch of his videos in December, I hopped on a call with his closer a couple days after New Year's. I wanna say it was just January 3rd, 4th, 5th, very, very early January. Hopped on a call with his closer and immediately got sold on his program, the Artisan Lab. And as soon as I got in there, immediately he was greeting me, as well as his other mentees in that program, giving me all the resources to succeed, helping me, answering all my questions I had for him. Anything I needed, he was there, and so were all the other coaches. There was a time in February, and I'll actually pull up this text in the group, where I had shiny object syndrome. I was still in college. I was still in between part-time jobs. I had no money. I was full focus on this. And I was really trying to balance my lifestyle in college, working out, keeping friendships, trying to grow a business, and do this at the same time. And it was just too much. And I was seeing other people in the online space just succeed in 2 months after sending some outreach and having their personal brand grow up. I saw some of our clients, for example, Marshall Cruz, who we didn't operate for, but we built a funnel for, and I want to say it was January or February. And I was looking at him, I'm like, maybe I should start a clothing brand again because it's creative and I love being creative. So essentially I was having this massive, I guess you would call it shiny object syndrome. So I texted in the group chat of the Artisan Lab, and I'll show you this actually. So I said, I need some motivation, y'all. I'm getting shiny object syndrome. And Ben goes, Josh Klein, do you want me to reply to this bluntly or with bubbly words of encouragement? And I said, of course, sugarcoat nothing. And he said, since you asked for it, I say this with love. Brother, you were literally jacked, wrote a book at age 19, and have invested an uncomfortable amount of money into coaching for yourself. But you don't have the discipline to stay on par. You need others to motivate you because you can't do so internally. You are not a dog who needs to be incentivized with a treat to stop shitting in the living room, and this is not daycare. If you can't resist shiny object syndrome, then you don't deserve success. I can't tell you how much those words meant to me as an individual, because he was willing to say this in front of every single person inside of the Artisan Lab, which is comprised of, I would say, over 100 people potentially. And having read this and said this in front of this many people held me accountable to this day. Truly, it did. So much so that I began working even with school, with my part-time job, with this I was trying to do, with working out, with maintaining friendships, with everything. I came home after school, I was sending outreach, I was working on the personal brand, I was doing content, I was learning new skills. In between classes, I was working on this and sending outreach and working on the personal brand and learning new skills. Every single waking hour that was not spent in school, working out, or developing my friendships more, which were actually just partnerships to leverage eventually, which I have right now for the business, basically more distribution channels for referrals and whatnot. I was working on the business. And I can't tell you again how much that text meant to me, truly. There was many things, many other times in this program since January when I joined, of course, where Ben has helped me as an individual, kept me accountable as well as the other coaches in there. But this point specifically really made me be like, what the fuck am I doing? Why do I need approval and help from other people when I should just be doing this myself? Right. In March, I went down to Miami. Had no intention of meeting up with Ben whatsoever. Ben was based out in Brickell, like all the other Miami gurus, but this guy, Ben, is a real true, genuine person. He's not just another guru trying to sell you anything. He actually cares. And I'm willing to say that. There's a lot of people in the space who just don't give a fuck. They'll try to sell you on anything. Mr. Wes Watson is one of them, right? But Ben Bader is not one of those men. Went to Miami in March, met up with my boy who works at Fanbasis, stayed with him for a couple days because it was spring break for my school at CU Boulder back in Colorado before I moved out here to Bali. And was walking down the street in Brickell, went to the Brickell Center Mall, I think it was. I got a Porsche hat and then was walking down the street and I look in front of me and I'm like, wait, is that Ben Bader? He's got this blue Rouge shirt on with the back. He's got that fluffy black hair. He's tall and he's got his girlfriend next to him. I'm like, I'm 99% sure that's Ben Bader. I was talking to my friend. I'm like, is that Ben Bader? He's like, I have no idea. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure that's fucking Ben Bader. And he walks into this restaurant called, God, what's it called? I think it's like this Mexican restaurant. A lot of these influencers go there in Miami. It's I think it's Ojos, I think it is. No, it's not Ojos. It's something. It's some short name. Anyways, went in and I see him dabbing up one of the waiters or something, just has a smile on his face, super happy, super high energy. And I go in and I'm like, Ben? He's like, oh shit, what's up, man? And he actually recognizes me out of the hundreds of people inside of the community. Even though we weren't friends, we didn't talk too much. Shook his hand, took a picture with him, had a conversation with him for a few seconds because he was busy. And that was the only time I've actually met Ben in person. But from talking with him, I could just tell he was such a genuine person. He wasn't just this regular course seller. You know, he had a girlfriend, he had a bunch of friends who loved and cared about him. Every single person inside of the Artisan Lab cared for him because he cared for other people as well. And that made me build a truer, deeper connection with Ben Bader, subconsciously. As weird as that might sound to you. And for months on end, from March until his recent passing, I've been semi-active, semi-disactive, or unactive inside of the Artisan Lab because I've been so focused grinding here in Bali at my villa, working on the business, trying to scale this thing, hiring teams, working with new clients, learning new skills, having new objectives, hitting new goals, working on new funnels, making new distribution channels and leveraging strategic partnerships, even partnering with Fanbasis, building funnels for them and their clients. A lot of stuff is happening, a lot of things are changing. I was planning to go to Miami soon and hopefully link up with Ben as well. And it's just sad that that'll never get to happen again, truly. It's very, very disappointing. Again, I'm not super close with Ben. I've never been because I'm just a student probably to him. Then again, he's done more for me, including that text that I read off, than many other people have in my entire life, just by saying that one thing. He had a really unique way of articulating his thoughts and writing his words, unlike any other that I've seen. And I have this really deep respect for him. Truly, I do. It's just, it's really sad what happened to him. And I pray he rests in peace. I pray his family finds peace. His girlfriend finds peace. His friends find peace. Everyone near him and dear to him finds peace. And I pray he's in God's hands now. So truly, Ben Bader, I would not be in the position that I'd be in without you, without your help, without joining your program, without the advice, the guidance, and the words you've given and spoken to me. I would not be in the position that I was in. I would not be here in Bali. I would have not met my business partner. I would not be in the Make Money Online space. I would not be still growing my content if it weren't for you, for meeting you, for talking with you. None of this would have happened. So Ben Bader, I say thank you. I say rest in peace, my brother. And you've changed not just my life, but many of the lives around you. You've been so inspirational. You've been such a good, caring person. And truly, you just didn't deserve this, my friend. But you're in heaven now somewhere. May your legacy carry on. And we all love you, Ben Bader.